find the value of x. If we look at the image, we have an angle bisector because we have our two angles marked as congruent, which means it cuts the opposite side of the triangle proportionally with the other two sides. So I'm going to set up the proportion 9x over 8x minus 4 equals 4x plus 5 over 4x. From here, we're going to cross multiply, and we're going to take 8x minus 4 times 4x plus 5 equals 9x times 4x. Now, at this point, we have to remember our algebra. So if we're multiplying a binomial with a binomial, we have to distribute. So we're going to get 32x squared plus 40x minus 16x minus 20. At this point, I'm going to combine like terms. So 40 minus 16 is 24x. Then I'm going to drop down the minus 20 and the 32x squared. Equals 9x times 4x is 36x squared. In order to solve this, I have to get everything to one side and make it equal 0. So I'm going to subtract 36x squared. That's negative 4x squared plus 24x minus 20 equals 0. Then I see a very common factor in all of these, and I really want my leading term to be positive, so I'm going to divide by negative 4, which is x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. At this point, I'm going to try to factor. Remember, when you factor, you have to multiply the last number by the first number, which is 5, and then our middle number is negative 6. So if I multiply to 5, that's 5 times 1, but I need to add to negative 6, so I have to make them both negative. That's going to factor into an x minus 5 times an x minus 1, and then don't forget your zero product property. So x minus 5 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. I add 5 to both sides, so we get x equals 5. I add 1 to both sides, so we get x equals 1. Now, usually when I'm solving a problem and I get two answers, I just really like to make sure that both answers work. So I'm going to start with x equals 5, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to substitute it in. So if x is 5, 9 times 5 is 45. 8 times 5 is 40, minus 4 is 36. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 5 is 25, and 4 times 5 is 20. If we check that, that's going to give us 45 over 36 equals 25 over 20. 45 and 36 both divide by 9, which is 5/4. And 25 over 20 both divide by 5, which is 5/4, which checks out. So our first answer of 5 is a good one. Smiley face. Then I'm going to check out the 1. What if we put in 1? So if I substitute in 1, 9 times 1 is 9. 8 times 1 is 8, minus 4 is 4. 4 times 1 plus 5 is 9, and 4 times 1 is 4. So that would give me a proportion of 9/4 equals 9/4, which is true. So that one checks out as well. So x could either be 5 or 1, which would make that work.